Pratik, can we now turn to the third area that ETFs have come into originally and innovated, which is commodities. So they began with gold and silver from, I guess, a year ago. But if you think of the biggest commodity that has ailed Indian investors, for a long, long time, which is oil, there is no ETF tracking oil. There is no ETF tracking oil companies, let's say in the US or elsewhere. Why is that? Do you think, is that something that, a need that can be fulfilled, at least as a feeder ETF?
So definitely, I think, the commodity basket, if you look at the commodity basket in, say, other countries, more maybe developed countries, you have a lot bigger range of products. So I do feel that there is obviously opportunity for, I think regulations to come in place to promote more commodities outside in gold and silver. I think even silver, to be honest, it's taken a while for us to get here. I think the conversations for silver ETF or a silver type of a fund, happened about 2.5, 3 years ago. And obviously regulations have come in place, which is why you have this fund, and now you have FOFs buying, gold and silver. So I do believe that yes, there is scope for more commodities. I think the regulator is pretty open-minded that way, and I honestly don't know what the timeline of that would be, but there seems to be some demand for it, as you said, and I do believe it will happen. How soon it will happen, I can't really say at this point of time. But I do believe that, I think, for me, I think, as we has a panel and also the AMC folks are talking about the industry, I think, the difference between, I would say, invention and innovation is, customer adoption. I think we as an AMC can invent, but ultimately, I think, customer adoption happens, over a period of time. I personally, or we at Motilal Oswal, most people don't know this, but we have 27 index products. And we've been inventing, but I think innovation is, obviously happened via, education, speaking of panels like this, going out there and, educating distributors of the, so I think yes, we can expect a lot more products coming in the future, but I think the need right now is to obviously, for a lot of AMCs, to go out there and educate people on what indexes and how it can really simplify your, your equity buying process. And I think over time, obviously you'll see more adoption. But I do feel that, stuff like silver and oil, there's a lot of demand for it, but it's quite niche. So, I think once we have, say, a lot of demand coming in place for your broad-based ETFs, your mid-caps, your small caps, your, I think then you'll see a lot more demand coming in from these sort of niche areas.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme-related documents carefully.